Let me ask you this. You've written that no fault is good for Oakland County and it's good for Michigan taxpayers. Why do you say that?
Well, a couple of things. It's the whole fund itself really is a job creator. I'm talking thousands of jobs in healthcare that are related to providing this healthcare, but it's all funded by this private fund. It's not a state law taxpayer funded operation. And I think that's the way, if we're smart enough and creative enough to impose a fee on insurance policies, and that's how this has generated this fund, which is now $14.2 billion. And then we're not dipping into the taxpayer's pocket directly for this. I think that's a win-win.
So if the people who are pushing for no fault, we'll say reform, where they want to cap the amount of medical care for people who suffer very serious injuries, if that is successful, as county executive, what impact does that have for all of us then as taxpayers?
Well, it's a quality of life issue. Those people who are benefiting from today, they'll run out of, well, I assume they're already through their cap, and I doubt they'll be grandfathered in. So at some point in time, they're going to shift from the current level of care they get to a warehousing situation, some Medicaid-funded state facility. And then people who are now providing that health care will be unemployed. And you're going to lose, I've seen estimates as high as thousands and thousands of jobs dependent upon this fund. So, the healthcare sector, we've done it. Now, this one we have done some research on. We're looking at the different sectors for future employment growth in Oakland County. And we've done a pretty in-depth research, and I think I'm very satisfied that I'm on target because everybody else is modeling our research. But we think there are 10 sectors where we can move Oakland County over the next 25 years as I move it away from a manufacturing-based economy to a knowledge-based economy. And where are those sectors? And so, number one, of course, is IT. It's booming in this county. Number two, and the fastest growing, and then with the dollar volume, is healthcare. We hired Pat Anderson, the economist out of Lansing, to do some research. And he came back and said, Brooks, and when he did the research 3 years ago, we had 92,000. We got at least 100,000 now people employed in healthcare in this county. We have 4,000 businesses that are healthcare related. And that's more than any other county. So under cover of darkness over the last 20 years, the healthcare sector has moved in and created really a huge, quote, industry for us. Then we got all these hospitals that are now nationally recognized. And you got the Trinities, and you got the Beaumonts, and just merging with Ford, and we got the new medical school at OU. I mean, healthcare is one of the future sectors, probably the strongest sector of Oakland County. It's going to come along and start changing the laws that might even slow down the development of healthcare as a job provider. I think that's unfortunate.
And I don't think people realize these are good quality jobs.
Yep.
It sounds like no fault is, in your opinion, you've studied the issue, it's good for Oakland County, it's good for jobs.
It's good for Michigan.
It's good for taxpayers.
And I think it's good for America, but I'm not the county exec for Indiana. I just, when you have a good system, we don't mind sharing it because the end result is a better quality of life for the citizens in a various community, whether it's Michigan or Indiana.
So if you had to say one thing in response to a lot of the criticism that you received after you wrote your open letter, especially from people in the Republican Party in the legislature today, what would it be?
I suppose I'd have them go back and do their homework, do their research, realize what Michigan has.